G2 starting on the T side. Complexity looking to bring the fight to G2.
Yeah, 2 nades here. Let's see where these get used. One for Hauser, one for JT. Will they be lobbed up banana? That's a big question. Got a smoke and a couple of flashes as well for good measure. On the other side of things, a few pairs of Julies. And actually pretty heavy CT util. HooXi and Hunter both with identical util here. Smokes and flashes a pair. No defuse kit for this. There's those nades. So if anybody was peeking that angle with a USP, quite common on a pistol round, they would be bombarded with that damage, but nobody home as Grim will clear out top banana and HooXi takes first contact.
Oh, dude, they're setting them up for failure here. Yeah, sure. Smoke it off. We've got boosted players set up, but still throws out the smoke to imply he's alone. m0NESY set up, silver platter for an opener, and another found by HooXi's USP that will deter. Bomb scooped up by Halzerk and on the way back to A.
JKS and Hunter, the usual duo here to deal with this. Oh, defensive smoke deployed. Both of them being used very well here. They've got to go up and over.
Yeah, Julies for JKS, tracking Floppy, comfortable for it. And there's more to be found. A quick headshot to secure it, G2. Not much sweat on the brow and nearly a teammate, just NiKo unable to find.
Now, I want to speak about a little detail right there. The fact that HooXi spots the angle and then drops that smoke baits Complexity into thinking that it's one of these rounds where they have a bunch of smokes on that site and they're just going to keep that deployed. So they call the bluff, they try and go through, they get dealt the dud hand by those Julies. Sure, they get the trade, they don't know about the third man on the boost, right? And that rotating back towards A, you see the second defensive smoke come out, it was perfect from G2, right? They forced them across the map, they forced them into plays that they didn't want to make. And Complexity will have to follow through with a little bit of a force buy here. 4 Deagles, a Tech 9, a light smattering of util. With some interesting plays from G2 when I was watching them against Mongols, even against some more hodgepodge buys, they were really happy to do these window fights where Hunter and JKS with good spawns would come out and fight into second mid. So we'll see how they approach this one. It is a very forward hold on middle here, but you've got 2 approaches. You can sit passive and pit and get executed on, or you can lock down this mid control.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be the opportunity. Floppy taken away. Hunter's got a lot of help, a lot of teammates to keep him alive as they do try and hunt him down. Grim punished for it. Nice one from Fang. That Desert Eagle comfortable into the head of JKS, the only member of G2 now watching as they look to convert.
They need a bit more damage here, Complexity. This is a force buy, right? They've taken 1, that's great, but another in a plant, that would be something they could get excited about, something they should be happy about. But here, if they get blanked...
They got 2 more smokes. I mean, like, that's certainly going to give them something to work around. They force out the boost. HooXi calls mid clear. And a second smoke as they look to play upon the fade. Are they looking to isolate?
Yeah, they want to go long, but there's a crossfire here. m0NESY over towards Moto,
yeah.
And you've got HooXi in trash. So this should get knocked up. Well, don't worry about it. m0NESY peek on out. And takes both. So the MP9 will profit. HooXi's going to get himself a couple of kills there. And it should be quite a light eco from Complexity here. Maybe upgrade into a P250 at most, a flash to try and help them set something up, but we should see a bit of a milkman round here.
Oh, we've got player crosshairs on the replay.
Yeah,
oh, that's
there's
hot.
some luxuries.
That is hot. He's playing with a tiny dot. In fact, yeah, as is HooXi.
I had Connor selling me the Blast.tv platform last night. I've checked it out, but I didn't check out all the details, right? On 4K, obviously, that's great. But he was telling me about the highlight feature.
I've heard about that.
Take a look at that because, oh, we just took a screenshot. All right.
They liked you talking about Blast.tv.
Well, 3 HEs, a flash, and a smoke, alongside of a bunch of Glocks and 1 P250. So, yeah, very light investment here, but looking to see if they can do some flak damage. Ah, okay. Well, they want to try and nade old mate JKS and pit here, and they might get away with it.
This is going to be frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially considering you go. And just as the type of guy who, if he dies to this type of stuff, maybe it will start to mount a little bit of frustration.
So the smoke, then nades for JKS, perhaps. 1, 2. No, the third does not find him. He's all good. That's saved by the bell. 3-0. We do get that flying start from G2. And taking a look at the scoreboard, check this one out. 3 rounds of Counter-Strike. NiKo, 0-0-0. He hasn't seen anyone, heard anyone, done anything.
But this is the thing. I mentioned in that Mongols game, you had a couple of rough goes of things over there in Banana, right? Like there was a nice deagle shot annihilation here, him on the half. There was like a flick shot with the AWP, and those were a bit more frustrating. But then as the game continued, he was getting isolated, he was getting bullied, and he really didn't find a lot of impact at all. I don't expect that to happen 2 games in a row. So if you're Complexity and you watch the demo and you said, hey, NiKo's having an off day, let's go test it. Well, here they come.
That's NiKo's first. He does draw blood. successful in his opening gambit, and an AK upgrade for good measure as he does ward off those players on the T-stairs. Keep an aggressive smoke to take that banana control. It's under G2's rule. Looks to be retaken by Grim and Halzerk eventually. Floppy walking through the apartment.
Yeah, they need to take this space. I know that Hunter's one of the A players alongside of JKS. m0NESY will be rotating around a little bit more, especially once he gets that AWP. But I like this from G2. Playing heavy towards middle, you would expect them in a 3-2 split to be a little bit more passive towards A, playing pit, playing site, or even just jiggling for info. But they want to defend full mid control here. And if you take a look, m0NESY even has a smoke left over. So as soon as they start to feel pressured, if there's mid-control utility, hold up, control utility, HooXi straight into the orb. So they will grab that one back. They know that NiKo likely still towards B, so they know exactly how the defense should be looking, unless there was a bit of a gamble.
Yeah, but that's lovely. Molotoving him out of the logs, forcing HooXi's hand, and now an even keel.
They might just run B here if Floppy comes out mid and finds two, right? They'll run, here we go, they have to run straight into NiKo, surely.
Well, they know he's around here. The flash is perfect, but the headshot doesn't matter. Crosshair placement.
He didn't even spam, he just tapped.
Yeah, still though, game on. Halzerk's taking him down. Smoke towards the arch. m0NESY's going to be assuming he has to full rotate and tuck in, spamming the M4 to imply presence. And wrap it around towards the coffins. Now smoked. Halzerk for a safe plan. Not going to be easy to spam. Ooh, volley denies his opportunity. This is going to be a tough retake now. JKS alongside for the ride.
Remember that bit of util on m0NESY. He can smoke off towards Banana here, and they have two flashes to try and stifle Halzerk.
It could be good enough to force. Oh, interesting.
Looking for a boost, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no fight to be given immediately. It's Fang looking to hold this cross.
Bomb's halfway gone.
Yeah, this looks like it might just be all in vain. JKS responsible for the banana fight. They just need to get someone on that bomb, but time is of the essence. G2, Halzerk snaps into m0NESY, and now just trying to escape JKS. The Aussie sent down under. And Complexity getting immediately to the winning ways, and that was an interesting start to the first gun round.
Yeah, you could see the decisions being made from both of these teams, because a big way that they approach the game, especially with like Complexity, I know they're not a top dog, but they get the opportunity at ESO and Blast events to compete a little bit more often. So they are the type of team. Here's the shot again from NiKo. You look how blind he was. That's the great flash that bobs off the top of the half wall as well there. So a bit of a banger and a banger there from Halzerk. But that smoke from m0NESY that you just saw fading on that Fang kill, that implies that he would assume both players were playing side-side. Otherwise, you definitely would have smoked off Banana. And in that type of 2v2, I think it's probably a safe call to expect both to be inside.
Yeah, interesting to see that subverted quickly.
Hunter should have gone down an awful lot here. You can see that whole spam, very pesky. So they're trying to get activated aggressive apartments here. And they will have to be sent packing for now, so...
Yeah, Floppy's going to have some room to maneuver. And JT, full access to the top of Banana. Retake utility, that's enough to be respected. A molly and a smoke invested. They'll molly actually in return. Oh. Floppy considering that boiler fight. It's all about the timing here. m0NESY's aware of the possibility, but still stubborn about this mid-hold.
He saw that.
Yeah, there you go. Some information flowing, and you can see m0NESY cautious of the flash. On the top as well. Does turn the flash. Still maintains vision of that boiler access.
It's just the two of them here right now, so it feels like a lot of pressure, but Complexity are just getting map control. And look at the rotation they've forced.
Dude, it's just NiKo here.
Yeah, Hunter and HooXi, who are both just at B helping out NiKo, who was sandbags, I think 15 seconds ago, looking for info, so they feel like this is going to be A. It's a lot of pressure from Complexity here.
He needs to get back into the site or up and tight. Opts for the latter.
He has really no support of util here available to him.
Yeah, you're right. They're running dry.
Oh, if Floppy comes back. Oh, that's the bomb. Grim.
Down! No scope onto Floppy. m0NESY feeling himself as JT tries to take a gamble.
It doesn't matter. The bomb's down in mid. The round's over. The round is done. m0NESY has won this one already. A late mid peak, bomb down towards Chicken Pit. And looking like a bunch of headless chooks of Complexity right now. That is 4-1.
Yeah, dude, they actually, I mean, when you talk about map control, we saw it. It looked great.
Yeah.
You had everything you needed and more. NiKo sitting there panicked, tucked into a smoke with no support. m0NESY, yeah. Yeah, he's smirking.
I think you've got, this is where the wallbangs were coming through, and Floppy may have heard this because I think he got up to boiler relatively quickly.
24 seconds when he hit.
Round winner.
Yeah.
Done. At that point, done. And I was just saying that it looks pretty good in terms of the map control that they were getting, and they just nonchalantly walk on out, take a couple of fights. What do you do, knock over a drink or something? They're having a conversation about something on the floor.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just having an AWPer who's willing to, at 20 seconds, be re-clearing middle like that just is already, like, it's worth its weight in gold.
But this is something I think it was Maui to start off the day was talking about. It could have been him. It was one of the two when they were on the pre-show with Freya. And they were discussing like FaZe, and they were talking about these individuals and Karrigan talking about more structure.
Yeah.
And Pim was saying something along the lines of, no, he wants them to focus more on the individuals they can play. And I think Maui's was they can't just sit back and be static. They have to be more dynamic. And both of those things factor into what m0NESY just did. It's a guy making a play, but also not sitting back, right? Confidently looking for information, making a play. And I look at G2 and FaZe as very similar beasts in terms of,
sure,
you know, these two teams have so much firepower and they can ride or die exactly by that. So you need your players to be feeling the game. And well, JT feels that one into NiKo. That's the B defender down, but it's the AWP of m0NESY that's actually over towards that site. So if they rotate back, they'll have to deal with the big green. 50 seconds left now. There's some crowd control. Utilin, what a shot from Halzerk. They're in the site. That should be a save.
It probably is. Hunter's there. He's going to at least try and voice concerns, have a look, have a shot, and deletes JT. That might just encourage, but no, not even. You can see HooXi, he was interested, pulled in by Hunter's headshot, but I think the damage is done. And Halzerk, he's working on a fraction of JKS.
Because we had X-ray on.
Yeah,
right?
turn it off or something.
Yeah, because that was a big way to crack it. Like the kill onto NiKo, that's fine. But you're still going to be expecting somewhat of a crossfire between JKS and Hunter.
Smoke's a tell, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like he's definitely going to be extra close to the monitor looking for that one.
But you can use that smoke in a bunch of different ways, right?
Sure.
Obviously, you can just sit and wait on the bike position for them to get closer. You can try and peek over the one way. You can play around it from the left or right sides, depending on the way that you throw it.
Very nice. And JT as well, finding impact, that opening, starting that house of cards, come tumbling down. Of course, Halzerk just putting that cherry on top. Very nice recovery from Complexity. And I think most importantly is the fact that they do so with 4 alive, starting to accrue a bit of a bank account for themselves. NiKo update, 2 for 2. We're keeping our tabs after a bit of an underperformance, 0.8, but of course we've discussed it. A victorious G2 and not needing to have NiKo at the top of the scoreboard every single time.
Their CT side was pretty rubbish against that of Mongols, and as I mentioned to kick this off, a lot of that had to do with unforced errors. So a couple of boo-boos that they had made themselves. But it was okay.
He's got a very pointy elbow, JKS.
Yeah, all right. You might need to tuck that in a bit, mate. As we do get a timeout. And we do get our way back into play as both teams will have buys. The biggest omission here is going to be Galil's for that of Floppy and JT, and JKS with a FAMAS. So those 3 individuals are a little bit worse for wear in the weaponry department. But everybody else has what they're looking for. AWPs on Halzerk and m0NESY, and everybody else with the rifles and the util goodies, even kits. So we'll call this one a full gun round.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what Halzerk can get done already, delivering on that T-side AWP, posted towards Banana. No early fights this time, despite...
They flubbed that. That is not meant to land. So when you throw it down towards bottom Banana, some people, there's that doorway at the bottom that can... Yeah. So misthrown, that's a misthrown smoke, and that's what forced their Molotov to be extinguished.
Yeah, or it leads into like a moth to the flame, catching a HE. Grim cut down to 68. As the whole squad now gathering and starting to pincer towards A. Through mid, Floppy presence in app spotted, nades out, m0NESY forced away by the flame.
Seen this one before.
Well, we have, but that's a nice HE, a chunky damage, over 100 from a single fragmentation. And we got m0NESY holding long. They want to try and test him. Floppy trying to provide something from the apartments. Surely m0NESY's going to be aware that he's not to be exposed to that long-range engagement towards apartments, but they are actually slinking back towards short side.
I don't know if they can go back towards B here because they haven't had any idea what's been going on for the...
Oh, they've lost Floppy.
He was flopping his name.
Now they can focus all of their attention towards short, the flash, the smoke. Look at G2's utility. This whole round.
Save.
Beautiful Counter-Strike being displayed here by G2, and you say they can't go back to B. Well, they're going to be walking down mid loudly.
Are they really going to give this a crack?
Oh, I wouldn't now. You just lost your leader. Maybe back to spawn, back to where the round began. Or, oh no, what's NiKo gone for?
Bloody Nora.
That was a very aggressive rounding of the corner.
HooXi needs help.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
He made noise in the water. I don't know if they heard him.
Ooh, potentially. m0NESY's going to arrive in time. No smoke for the cross. The AWP should have it. Lets it go. Needs another. Does find Grim and stop that bomb for a perfect round. All things considered, it's just a little bit A little bit
Shouldn't have been. There should have been no plan, even a conversation on the table right there.
Fine.
It is fine.
Everything's fine.
It is fine. I think we call a win a win around these parts here.
Honestly doing a lot. I mean, that's already a couple of rounds we're just attributing to him. Yeah. And Floppy caught with his nades out against that orb, because he got the info.
Yeah, you heard the conversation there as well. 3 there for sure. They were right.
Right.
They were bang on. I hope the people at home can hear that.
That's gold.
We thought the same thing, Nico.
We thought they could go into spawn. I think that's what he thought. Man, that's golden.
I think he's angry now.
Yeah, you've awoken the whole. That's my secret. I'm always angry.
Oh dear. There was one from the Aussie boys a little bit earlier. I can't even attempt to repeat what they said. There was some choice language.
Nice.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, nice, Mike.
Oh, I just realized we have the A stream on another monitor in here.
Oh yeah, I'm intrigued to see
FaZe versus Pain.
how far Pain get against FaZe. Actually, on Nuke, no less.
Yeah, it's not a bad Pain map either. Once upon a time, a very good FaZe map. But this is the thing with all the elite level teams at the moment. Like they can be good at Nuke, and then they could not be. Same with Inferno, I suppose. But here we go. A minute on the clock. 2 smokes. Might just be a bit of a B exec here. Another deployed out of the G2 camp to hold them at bay. But here comes the Coffin and CT.
Counter util from Hooksy. He's going to line that one up and actually trying to time it off Nico's call. There it goes. Well placed. And a burning singed and sprayed as Nico gets himself a double. Just on this conservative Desert Eagle round. Kevlar Best doing his best, and only one from Fang. As the 6th is secured. All good in the G2 hood as 6 already. They won the pistol, couple of blemishes on the record, but Cole, they do need to post a few more.
Nico got 13 kills in the first map.
Right.
He's already got, what'd you say, 6?
Yeah, that was an extra 2 on top. He's up to 6.
Okay, well, I think he's gonna...
Oh no.
He's up to 7.
Yeah, and Floppy is joining the Secret Service.
Oh dear.
He has a license to kill now. Now he has the license.
Oh dear.
He's been given it, the go-ahead.
Is it laminated?
Laminated, waterproof. I mean, Laminated already made that clear. Ouch, JT forced to extinguish.
Normally when this smoke comes in that forces teams to respect it, it's difficult for CTs to re-aggress behind that. Oh, they're actually pushing that. Hooksy's going for this.
He is having a look.
They dated JT out of Broom.
Well, they flashed through it though. Hooksy's surely aware there's going to be someone around this corner. 2 of them. Grim does deliver. Keeps it level. Hooksy's gone, but as is JT. Fang trying to hold on to middle, but you've got to get through Monacy. It's been a nuisance. Floppy yet to frag. Could face that Orpa's wrath once more. Long is the gap right now. Fang wouldn't brave it. They just smoked it themselves. Wow, that is a vibrant Krieg in play. Halzuk still maintaining a scope in his hands as Monacy's used his to great success upon the Fang. Wow, Grim is having a good couple of shots, but still Hunter trying to slow down this potential plant. Smoke for the cross. Halzuk.
He's on his own.
No help.
Floppy's still at A.
Yeah. Maybe he can sell this. He has. He's actually managed
Hunter
to throw
knows
2
it's
smokes.
a one-on-one right now. Hunter knows it's a one-on-one on B. He should just push this.
How does he know?
Okay, well, because pretty sure Monacy just saw Floppy running
did?
down mid.
Okay, because I was just looking at the fact he just pulled out the second smoke, gets them both down, and now it's a 2-on-2 retake. Monacy up against this Krieg, and Halzuk's hit a banger through the smoke, and yeah, Monacy's quicker. Floppy, can he have some impact? This would be a huge round, but Monacy makes it look too damn easy. A multi-kill madness up to 13 now on that AWP.
I'm sorry, but how many rounds is this kid going to get the opportunity to play porch side and constantly find picks? Like, they're not just the sitters where they pick out boiler or pick out top mid and take the fight. He's a lot of the time searching. He's a lot of the time finding himself where we saw the round where he went into boiler. That round he killed Fang. He had to actually step deeper out in towards middle to find that kill towards top mid. And if he continues to get this real estate, they're trying to push him back, right? Think about it. Fang was watching that line. I think we saw that shot from Fang's POV. He's on a heater right now, Monacy. Like, these shots, right? These are... He makes them look like they're easy shots.
Yeah.
But the ones he's hitting top mid, they're not easy shots at all.
No, certainly not. And a very few AWPers are comfortable taking those kind of engagements. How often do you see even some of the best in the world will fall back when without that support? When the flashes and the mollies are coming, you're straight tucking into sight. You're playing the fullback AWPing angle, but not Monacy.
But it's changing their defense a lot here, right? Because at this point, like, you would have a lot more crossfires with Hunter and JKS, like double pit, sight pit, double sight. Right? right? Because that AWP from Monacy like long or rotating towards B, but just staying porch the entire time. They are risking the gambit of long being open in some of these scenarios, but because he's porch and JKS is pit, neither of them can die immediately to a long ramp. Like, they're not open to that. The biggest slip is the mid to B, and G2 seem very aware. We just saw a complexity timeout. We will see another complexity buy. It's right now. G2, look at Hot to Trot, 7-2. They've already done better than the first half against the Mongols on this very map.
Yeah, you can see Hunter coming early B as well, just for additional nades.
But that last round, I don't think we have them.
Oh, wow, Nico goes wide on that one. Forces him off the logs and a smoke half wall to be disrespected. Oh yeah, Nico does not want to be trapped alone and isolated. You can see now losing top banana, but getting away with his life.
They might just go here.
Yeah, looks like it. JT trying to be the spearhead of this assault. They go for the re-clear. Nico happy to fight. Hooksy should be dead. How is he alive? Run on down. Double from JT, and it's Floppy that finishes it off
With
for
no
a
CT
third.
smoke. They just took B with no CT smoke.
No problem.
That explosion right there, that amount of pressure that they just applied top banana, even though they had a pretty good idea there was 3 players B to start, they called the bluff on the rotation, and a nice round for complexity. So they keep it simple, stupid method, head over towards B, trade efficiently, and win the round.
Yeah, but I mean, it's very rare for CT, you know, CT's 3 starting B and then getting nothing done. 1 onto Grim, sure, from Nico. But Hunter and Hooksy empty-handed in that one. You can see it was the pace of that. Just catching them off guard, and JT managing to build that second.
Yeah, the second is key right there, because openers, few and far between for complexity so far. I think they only have 2 in total, so not a whole lot in that regard. So if you are going to lose the opening kill, it is essential that you find that trade and then a double out, right? Otherwise, you will just get the domino effect of being traded again. So a great little double up from JT. He will catch this again for the in-game leader. At that point, as soon as you saw, because the idea when they went for that swing, I don't think you're expecting the entire team to be top banana, right? It just happened so quick. There were so many players there, and I think the reactions helped to build that story. They just weren't expecting that type of quick play with so many units.
Or it's like Complexity just had a quick team comm and said, hey guys, let's go where Monacy isn't. Yeah.
Looks like we got a quick little technical timeout here. You can see Monacy having a conversation with the admin. But we got a lot of features, right? We were talking about the Blast TV. I know we can do some polls. You and I can come up with some fun things that we might want to. You got any fun questions that we might want to get the community's input on?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to know many things. I haven't.
Many things?
Many things.
All right.
Yeah, like for example, like what is the best French cheese? Is it Camembert?
Do you think the people at home will know?
No.
But they might have an opinion.
Well, certainly. And that's the beauty of these fan-driven polls. We can do those. That's going to be fun. As well as, of course, the stats that are available on Blast.
Can I just stop you? What other French cheeses are there outside of Camembert?
Okay, check this out.
Okay.
Gros Bluchon,
Okay.
Camembert.
2. That's enough for the poll.
Bleu.
We've got okay. All right.
Is the blue one.
All right.
Obviously, there's so much more. We can all name a cheese.
But it's all right. You've been saved because the
thank God.
technical issue.
Oh, thank God! I was running empty there.
And we're getting back into the Counter Strike.
Of course, cheddar. I believe they like.
Yes, of course.
All right, 5 AK-47.
Monacy top B this time though. It's not 3 rifles. He's fighting.
He wants it, and he gets it. Halzer gone, deleted, burning. Look how much damage. Grim takes half of his health and more. As G2 immediately nicks it up off the back of that tech.
And that is the 4th opening kill for Monacy here. He's been successful in every opening exchange he's taken so far.
And the total for Cole, it must be like what?
2.
2. Okay, so he's got more than the whole squad. He's up against a nice opener, forcing Halzerk down, and I love that mix-up. You know, you've already got 7 in the bank on your defensive side. Why not get a little bit flirtatious with some aggressive AWPing? He's got it, done it very nicely, and of course that facilitates a rotation. You can see Hooksy going to cheat back over towards the A side of the map, and it's the right time to be doing it. At the 60-second mark, it looks like this remaining 4-piece
They're wrapping, eh?
from Cole in towards long side. Hunter. He's going to hit a bit of a crazy spray. They're running him down. You can hear the footsteps. Does try and tuck in for the reload. JKS providing the covering fire. Grim and Fang looking sharp. Okay, that's the A side down. Monacy and Nico forced to come up clutch. A 2 versus 3 on the retake. Fang and Grim got them in. Can Floppy help escort G2 out? Grim not looking, unawares. Floppy, a necessary trade. Puts it all onto Monacy. He's quick. And he's been more lethal than anyone else. I think he spotted the beret. And Fang, yeah, lucky to be alive. And for good measure, he's always a threat. But that's a 4 for complexity, and it comes from Fang. A triple and a double, especially on the entry.
Yeah, interesting over towards Long there, right? If I think if Hooksy was Arch and not Library, that crossfire is a whole lot better. That's a great shot from Fang onto JKS there. Because, like, you see the defensive smoke that Hunter throws out. Hooksy was rotating into a Library. It's not the same type of position you just, like, spew out on the timing.
Yeah.
So that means that Hunter's a bit more isolated on his own. But I like the call from Complexity there. They were quick to put that execute together and to break G2. So down to just some pistols here. A couple of Deagles, a 5-7, a couple of smokes for good measure, and we will get up there eventually. That's enough.
That'll do. Oh, and the response as a double HE and a molly for good measure.
Yeah, okay. All right. He's taking risks, obviously. I wanted to critique hanging around when you know so much utility is going to come your way, especially when you're trying a boost like
After
that.
firing that shot.
And you know you're up against a full buy, right? So they have everything.
Oh, that's gone very well for Floppy. Takes down Monacy as well, so
One of the Deagles.
that's going to lose a lot of the potency of this round. Now, Nico's Deagle, of course, fired off a shot as well. So aware of the kind of buy they're up against. And this is also one where you just don't want to trip over your own shoelaces.
Yeah.
You really just want to get a nice clean 5 alive, no points of damage. You've walked into the path of least resistance, which it seems is about to manifest. It's just JKS here. And, I mean, admittedly, it is the most dangerous pistol in the game. That 5-7.
Yeah, I'll meet you there.
take? I know the Deagle.
Deagle's my favourite.
It is my favorite, but I would argue that the 5-7 is more BS.
Oh, are they going to come through this? They're going around. Okay, he's delayed time at least. He's bought them a little bit of extra time.
If he gets this AK. Oh dear! Hello, headshot.
Still on his own though.
Yeah.
No smoke.
I like that though, just playing for survival. Yeah, I mean, they're going to get the bomb down, but now JKS has made it a little bit more interesting. Is Fang in Boiler? He was.
All going to come down to a timing here. Fang might catch him.
He's looking for him. Ah, JKS. Got a chance on
Seen him now.
Fang. Tagged him. Finishes it on the wall bank. So good farming up some extra frags, making it costly for Cole.
They're all over towards Pit here, so they should be able to pick this up. You can see
Yeah.
Hooksy just gallivanting over towards that boiler room to grab an extra AK. And, well, he's one of the most strapped for cash. You can see he's only got 2K to his name. So with that loss bonus coming through, which is going to be, I think it's the 2,400 into the next.
He's going to try and get an extra bit of damage. Kebab. Okay. Nico's Deagle is here.
Yeah.
It's certainly functional. If anyone was concerned, it might have been jammed after his first pot shot down Banana. No. Functioning as it should. But gap check is closing.
Yeah.
2-round game now, Chadney.
So there's a few things to consider here. One is the fact that I would say G2 and the Unicorn odds that we had at the start of the map would think that G2 are the heavy favorites here, which is fine. But it's Inferno, which at the moment is considered a T-sided map. So they already have 7 on the CT half. How many do they need to get business done? Well, you'd say 7's pretty good. If they get 8, if they win the half, that's great for G2. Anything more is fantastic. So their half is already feeling well, pretty sublime, but there's nothing worse than going into a halftime break losing 6 consecutive rounds. So I'm sure they'd love one in the next 3. As we do get back into the gun rounds here.
Yeah. Just wanted to highlight, obviously, with the T-side for Cole in front of us, that leading these T-side openers is JT and Grim historically. You expect to see JT and Grim providing 50% of the openings for Cole. Right now, Grim's got 0. He's taken 3 opening deaths, yet to be that first name in the feed in a positive way for Cole. So just keep your eyes on him for the tail end of this half. Maybe we get to see Grim, one of the sharpest shooters, shake off that ring rust. Obviously a huge elevation of their opponent here in that second round of the challenger stage. Ouch.
He didn't start Boiler either. He just walked there and took that fight.
There's more to come here. JT, good in response, takes down Nico after the 1, but already limping with a disadvantage. Low health, high problems. Hooksy is alone right now.
I feel they have to go. They have to risk this smoke. There's no other way.
Oh, flash is good. JT, he's got the frag. They've got the sight. There is a round to be had here. In they go. Alzak safe plant. JT needs that one and delivers. G2 going to have red faces, feeling like that one was sort of destined to be theirs, but overcommitment towards the A site and catching out with that flash push.
Yeah, that right there from Hooksy just getting caught in no man's land. But this is the thing, like Complexity have had a couple of good reactions and sometimes even going into a few players that should at least get 1, right? So Hooksy trying to get a bit more fortified in B. You got that trade there and even gets the follow-up. So really good work from JT again. 2 big impact rounds to get over towards this B bomb site in this first half alone. Yeah, of course. You're going to be that frustrated because you didn't even get a chance to shoot back, and that's the entire B site done, right? If HooXi's feeling pressure, he's screaming for a rotation. You know, he's calling for that rotate, which I think was Hunter and Archside that round for a little bit more help. But as well as that, right, you're getting this B bomb site that's getting blown apart in a few of these rounds that have been accrued so far for Complexity here. So 6 to their name. They had that one round where they went top banana and they swarmed them with the pace.
Yep.
Right, and then they've had this one here, which was a number disadvantage situation as well. Final round, first half. Nico, where's your gun? Where's your gun? Not again. Not again. Not again, G2. We've already had this once today. Guys, please. Nico, where's your gun? Alex, where's his gun?
It's going to be fine.
Alex, where's his bloody gun?
Chad, it's fine. Watch this. He's got nades. Loads of them. And he's going to go get his gun now. There it is.
No, they're only nades. And B's been a problem. Yeah. Where's his gun?
I don't know.
There's his gun.
Okay.
But the B's open!
Oh, bloody hell. Oh, this is a tilter. This is a tilter. Nico.
This has happened twice in 2 maps.
Yeah, it has.
At least they bought the gun this time.
Well, he's equipped with it.
Save, please. Please save.
It's not even spraying. He's waiting for that jump up. In they are, Fangle.
Oh, they can stop the plant.
Yeah, double HG could be good.
Made it out.
Avoided, baited. Masterfully. They've been chipped away at some of this spray damage. And looking to re-inflict was Nico on that boost, but yeah, are we saving? Probably should be. Who knows what's happening right now? Hang on a second.
Are we going? JKS is still at A.
Yeah.
Save.
It's a save.
Save.
Well, over to Chad Birchall with the weather. That is around, you know when we talk about tilt, and we've had a couple of these weird ones. HooXi, we just saw him slamming a fist into his chest in the previous. We've had Nico, of course, who's been heard venting frustrations about what some of the decision-making of Complexity, you know, so just adding the layers of this onion of tilt. And another one, of course, happening here where Nico found himself equipped with just a USP, but obviously wanting to find early nades. And of course, as soon as he departs, he loses his teammate and the site. That's a tilter.
I think right now, if you're G2, you want to fight for this full banana control, but in a few of the occasions where they did, remember HooXi, we saw him push down logs, he got that like opening kill with the nades and then he died. Like they have good rounds that would be fantastic for the Mahone zone to like break down the exchange between the utility. So that makes it a little bit more difficult for G2 to just say, hey, like we can take full banana control because Complexity have good responses to that here. It's a deep G2 mid smoke, aptly named, as m0NESY and JKS will start A. The other 3, are they going to contest banana? Oh, it's not, is he? It's not, he's going to go for an aggressive hold play. m0NESY set up here.
Yeah, I mean, Floppy might venture towards him. I think he's made a sound. m0NESY seems very aware. Concerned about the jump up as well, but m0NESY here and successful. He's had a frag mid, banana, and apartments on these openings.
That's m0NESY staying active here. And a number advantage. Now, will it just be the B play at this point? Oof, I'd say, why the hell not?
Another 100 damage nade, and Nico goes looking. They had the advantage. He's looking to extend it and does so fully blind into JT.
You have to expect him to heavy rotate. If I'm JT and I've won the type of rounds I've won at B, I would be expecting a heavy rotation.
Oh, love.
And that's the rotate. You know that HooXi's on the side now. Just execute the 3.
Yeah, JKS and m0NESY are already starting to rotate. I think they also suspect that this is pretty cut and dry as to where this one finishes. HooXi's still alive. You know, he's the Bianca alongside with Hunter. It's rotation down, cut down. Both for Kovac watching from the sidelines here.
Oh, I don't like this.
HooXi's got the advantage of the health onto Grim. 1 bullet is all it takes. Finishes what Nico started. On the back of Halzerk. He fouls off a shot. They've got 30 seconds, Chad. And Fang, he's revealed himself. m0NESY gets away with info. And he's going to have a chance. He does deliver. Awkward for Halzerk here. 22nd through the flames and into the scope. Does get away with murder onto m0NESY. JKS's next challenge. Goes for a quick one! Halzerk heating up now as the 1v3 looks real. Surely the hard part behind him. HooXi. Last bastion of hope for an 8th here for G2. Halzerk going to go for the clear. This is gorgeous work from Halzerk. Always impressive as Cole will take the lead at the half. 8-7. A great recovery.
I'll go for a young player again. Let's go for... I'll try for an American guy again. Let's go for Breeze.
Guess the Mr. XCS player again. Hunter.
Come on, Leash. You got this one, bro.
No, it was a rifle.
North American, but not American. Well, this guy has to be an AWPer since the weapon he used is not AK and he's older.
Who's up? Okay, simple.
Come on, Cold Zero. No, it cannot be Cold Zero because he only had 9 major appearances and he's older than 25 and Cold Zero was, I didn't check.
It's open. I knew it. He played more than 11 majors. Device,
I'm guessing Fallen here, because that seems likely.
less than 16 majors. Who? Guardian. JDM. I think now it's showing orange box. United States, the same continent. Fallen. Gabriel Toledo.
Let's try. Okay. One. Oh. Fallen.
That was very easy. South America, older than 27 or how old he was, and a lot of major appearances.
Yes, indeed, the most stylish mullet man saves complexity. Look at this shot onto JKS, and I mean, just reviving complexity with an incredible haul. I mean, 1 versus 3, and we've been taking tabs, Chad, of the different rounds G2 have lost across the way. That's how it ends on the half.
Yeah, a couple of tilters. 6 straight for complexity to close the half with a 1-round lead. 8-7 in their favor. And Halzerk, well, Halzerk, maybe we'll start calling him.
Sure.
First major. So he's going to be happy with that one right there. First major at the last CSGO major, and he gets a nice clutch like that. So let's see if it's enough to propel them across the line as we do turn our attention here to G2's T side. Complexity to defend. And Floppy to get activated. 3 kills for him. Need to see a little bit more as we might just fast down in Grim with 1. He's found the second on the headshots, but they're coming back the other way. Floppy found some impact too, but m0NESY gets the final say, 2-on-2.
Ooh, that was one hell of a cluster suck. And now m0NESY and Hunter, they are going to get up short. It is only Floppy, long range given the low HP, hoping to hit a couple of those taps, and now the smoke is up and the time is on their side. They'll get that bomb down safe.
No kit here.
Hunter's actually planted himself right inside that. Does mean Floppy can push through, but m0NESY quick to the draw on that one. A great headshot, looking for the close. Can G2 take both pistols here? Or can JT disrupt? Would need a quick tap. Look at the after plant positions they've gone for here. The step reveal. m0NESY playing around the elevations, and it's well played. A good close, and is that 4?
4.
Oh, good.
20
grief.
kills. He's got 20 kills in 16 rounds of play. He's having a field day. He's having a great day at the office here. The young buck just wakes up and is absolutely tearing them apart. And this was just deathmatch in middle, wasn't it? Biffing and brawling. That is, his awareness there to turn the smoke on the flash. Damn.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the soft dulcet tone of an absolute gamer.
This is another force buy for Complexity. They didn't have any luck with this in the first half. Oh, and you can see here the delivery service over towards B, dropping a cache of nades. And Monacy, another opening kill. That's onto the scout that was lingering top mid.
So, I mean, how many has he got now?
Oh, they didn't. They tried to nade the scout away top mid, but it stayed. So they will pick it up. But they tried.
Yeah,
They did try.
Sometimes it's the thought that counts. Not in this instance.
So what are we looking at? 6-1 in opening duels for Monacy at this point.
Not a bad stat.
Pretty damn good.
In fact, you can see that little horde of smoke grenades from Grim is starting to be worked through. You can see presence on Banana from Nico, keeping Grim present and correct.
There's nobody pit side or site side here, so at this point, if G2 just continue to stroll up and take contact, they might even get the site for free. Now, they have to be aware of balcony.
They're going to fight this. That is the bomb. Wow. G2 deliver every headshot necessary. It is Complexity with that scout recovered. Yeah, not the fight Fang was ready for. Hunter's already accelerated through the site with that Mac-10. Real nice. It is just Grim on the wrong side of the map. Going to be looking to see what he can get away with on the way out.
Has to be very careful. They're really, really close. Nico stayed top Banana the entire time. Grim's out here swinging his knife. Well, he's about to be swinging on his way down. So many bodies chasing him, and the Mac-10 and Nico will eventually find him here to keep all 5 staying alive, as G2 will get back into the lead at 9-8 in their favor right now. Will be a Nico coming forward for Complexity here. Now, you have to ask yourself the question about Halzerk and the AWP in that first gun round.
Yeah, and you have to ask yourself the question of, did you know that on the Blast.tv, you not only get to watch in 4K, but there's also access to the Launders show, exclusive.
Yeah, well, I had Launders on my podcast last night, so I had a bit of.
You talked about that one?
No, but I had a private Launders.
Oh, you got a private?
Private public Launders show.
Well, yeah, not so private. Everyone can tune in. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. But the time it was recording, it was private. If I never uploaded it, it would have been a private show. So the nades again, and I was just talking about this AWP situation. Look at Halzerk's cash. He's got 5k to his name right now. So if he wants to buy out that AWP, we know what that means. It's going to have to be the glass cannon scenario. So AWP and, well, maybe a smoke, maybe a flash here. Let's see.
Oh,
no.
Floppy dropped it for him.
Okay.
What a G.
Thank you very much, Floppy. So Floppy is going to be very light on with utility.
Yeah, that's one of the many perks.
But I don't know how I feel about that on the CT side of a map like Inferno, where util is crucial to get map control.
Yeah, you might almost prefer it.
So you better get something done with this AWP, Halzerk.
Bloody hell, yeah, okay. Very light on nades for Coles, trying to defend their honor here, and already you can see siphoning through the majority of what was on their utility belts.
Especially as well against like the Mac-10s.
Check this setup from G2. What's going on? They're like all congregated early.
It's going to be an A play.
Right, like a bit of a poppy one.
Yeah.
He's already through apartments. He's towards boiler side, actually, with nades in hand as well. Here we go. Let's see. Floppy and Halzerk to be tested. They've got Fang in there as well, but the util reigns in, and the Mac-10 falls flat. Floppy lays HooXi to rest. A big one back from Hunter. He's opened up the avenue of long. Rotation through. Grim and JT, are they expecting this? There's a lot of bodies worming through and ready for engagements. Crossfire's established. It's JT beheaded by JK. Yes, and yes indeed. A double round defining. Should have access to that wide open B site, and that's one way to win a round.
Yeah, and that right there was the 2 SMGs leading the way, right? HooXi took the contact, he calls out 2 towards porch side. Hunter just beelining it towards long there, grabs that opener, and you can see it was premeditated with all that space they wanted to take. Get themselves in towards CT spawn. Sometimes it can be a bit of a death trap, but
someone kill that chicken. Just kill it.
Oh, you don't like you make
you know me,
other noises.
Come on now. Floppy, how are you cool with that? I guess I understand. He's got
because if he kills the chicken, he gives away his position.
Well, yeah, listen to that chick.
He's stuck in the tires of the bike, Floppy. Either put him out of his misery or save him.
Yeah, right. One or the other. Oh, they are really gunning for that gun. Yeah. Oh, boy. trying to hold on to the little bit of whatever they can. It doesn't look good, not at all. And you talked about it, Floppy and that drop for the AWP. Both of them fully invested, losing it all, Chad. And at this stage in the game, this might be where alarm bells start to ring.
It has to be a half buy or a light investment for complexity here, right? So look at the smiles on the faces. So once we get to the T side, everything seems to change for G2.
Good vibes.
You know, it was very, very frustrated in the first half of play, and then they walk on in, and they're able to get the vibes back high. So flawless so far in this second half of play. 4 consecutive since the pistol and the conversions, and likely a 5th here. As you see this partial investment from complexity. Zeus for the Zerg. And a very standard anti-eco here. Now we saw this spam. This is especially good to do when you think they're on a low buy. Look at all the numbers just popping up. I feel like we're playing like World of Warcraft or something. You just see all the damage come in from all the spells being cast.
Honestly, yeah, sometimes it looks like they're doing AoE. Yeah, straight up. Mythic plussing right now. But first 2 bodies do fall. Grim and Fang is going to be unable to handle that charge down Mana. There's one back. JT with a bit of a neck cracker onto Hooksy. I'm not talking about chiropractic. Chiropractors? Chiropractice. A chiropractor. Still doesn't...
What you said first was fine.
It was?
You're not talking about chiropractor, no.
Yeah, chiropractic. This doesn't sound right. That is it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I've never had it. Have you had it?
Yeah, plenty of times.
Really?
I have a lot of back issues.
I've seen cats getting their spine readjusted. It's a bit weird.
I haven't heard about that before.
Yeah.
Boys, this might be a little bit... Okay.
That's fine.
There was a moment of diciness.
For like
available.
maybe, yeah, even 2 moments.
Yeah, it's just these type of rounds, they go from 0 to 100 just like this. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
I'd try.
Yeah, got me invested. I do like this fancy mini-map as well.
The zoom in, the zoom out.
Yeah, the zoom in, zoom
Yeah,
out.
Lurpus was talking about this years ago, and I know it has been used for short periods, short stints. It just never stuck.
Yeah. I mean,
But I think
it's so clear. I guess especially when you're using the player faces, it becomes even more valuable.
I think that with it the way it is here, and the fact that it's moving around, dynamic, I think is probably
That's
the
a
terminology that
perfect
people
word.
would use for something like this. It also helps more casual viewers understand the importance of this and just how much information is. Oh, okay. JKS with the crouch peek into JT there, and they'll remove any guns that can be saved. So I also think that, you know, the fact that it's making people take a bit more focus.
Right. Yeah. No, certainly. I think it's very easy when you are a kind of a newer viewer to kind of look at that mini-map, get a bit overwhelmed and move away.
But this is the way, so for us, when we spectate on the GoTV, we just have the map up.
Yeah.
But I know when some of the observers as well, they just have the map up, and looking at the frags is one thing, but understanding the patterns and the movements and where the action is going to go down is another.
Yeah, I mean, it is just 2 teams kind of simultaneously trying to solve a puzzle while standing in the other person's way. Process of elimination tends to be a big part of this, and Monacy's looking to eliminate JT. How does he get away with that one? A jiggle from JT, wiggle of the fingers, still alive and kicking.
Triple porch setup here, very strong
Oh,
setup.
he's going to wallbang him. Watch this.
That's a very
that's
uncommon
safe.
position from Fang.
Yeah, he's safe from that one. Normally, yeah, a little further up the wall.
Or even on the balcony, right? And that same line of spam could be an issue. Now they're going to be noisy. So Fang will be... Well, actually, Yuto's being lined up here. With long smoke, porch side molly, Hunter to fight.
That's the angle. Floppy rewarded for it. First headshot in, and Grim onto Nico. Complexity, a necessary round to keep it competitive. Especially considering 2-man advantage. That could change. Grim brought down to half health on those coffins. They can get the re-smoke, desperate to reposition.
I like it though, he's gone side, right? So they're going to fortify the B site with both of them back site. Grim playing around the smoke bomb for help, and fight. So 38 seconds left, 2-on-4 situation.
Yeah, there's something to be said. Monacy, woof, beheaded. JT's hitting a couple of crackers. And it should be enough. I think by taking Monacy out, it leaves JKS alone and back exposed. Fang will take him down nicely. So that gap is starting
CT
to
side
close.
round. But that's just the first of what, if you're a Complexity fan, you're hoping to be many here. Because you're going to need to win 2 more of those in consecutive fashion if you want to even start that conversation of breaking G2. They'll be able to buy here without any dramas whatsoever.
Bro, I just checked checked in utility damage. That is some crazy numbers. Like, I don't know if we can bring it up, but if I'm not mistaken, Nico and HooXi combined have over 1,000 utility
Damn,
damage.
that must have been from their CT.
Yeah,
sure.
I can't believe we didn't kind of...
No.
I mean, we did see some big nades. We really did, like 100 damage there, 100 damage there, but yeah, cumulatively, that's a crazy number.
10 kills.
10 kills from nades. Quick maths. Wow.
I'm really good with
Wow,
stuff.
man, the Australian education system.
Working wonders here.
Division. And now, Complexity looking to multiply. 1 round. We do need a second.
I like this from Hauser. He's going to keep searching here.
Yeah, Nico's going to be the only man to be potentially found. He's trying to flush him out with that bottle of flame, obscured by that smoke for now, but upon the fade, Nico's coming. He's not expecting this. And Halzak, a quick flick, puts Mr. Kovac down and out. Can Complexity build a second here? They've actually snuck contact through short apps. They're all set up for this. Hunter's going looking. Floppy on the jiggle. JKS dumping the util first. Hunter looking to impress. A big one from Floppy. HooXi claws one back for G2 and into the site. Fang has to find another. He's been caught on the edge of that smoke as it's HooXi, in fact, to post the double. 2-on-2 for the retake.
Both rerouted, so nobody with banana aggression here. Util aplenty. You've got 2 smokes, a couple of flashes to work with, and well, they'll be dealing with this grey screen for a moment longer, but HooXi, that could not be better timed. Straight down the gullet. A bit more utility damage to add to that list and spam through the smoke for good measure.
He's doing it all, is HooXi. Strong individual performance from the in-game leader. And now Halzak, he's already hit one crazy clutch, but m0NESY not interested in any more of that. Up to 13, and Complexity's hopes and dreams of a quick second quickly sent straight back to spawn.
Yeah, so, look, again, I guess we need to paint the ramifications of what this means. Maybe you're the first time tuning in towards the major with this Swiss system. Well, that's a nice camera angle. But this is a 1-0 matchup. The winner of this will go through into a qualification matchup where they can find themselves in the Legend stage, joining the likes of Heroic, Na'Vi, Vitality, and co. And the loser will just drop down to what I'm titling as a palette cleanser, because you'd be 1-1.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, you...
Starting again.
a full reset.
Yeah, you get another best of 1. And if you lose that, you drop down to the 1-2 column. If you win that, you go up to the 2-1 column, and then it's best of 3s the rest of the way out. So we get through all of the best of 1s per stage in the opening 2 days, and then for the rest of the time, we'll be sinking our teeth into those best of 3s. And here we go. 4-round difference back into the play by slowly becoming more and more brittle. And there it is, that util damage you wanted. We just popped it up on the screen. You saw Nico and HooXi with so much more than anybody else in the server.
Yeah, that's very good haul. Very good haul indeed.
We'd love an opener here for Complexity. They struggled on their T side to find opening picks, but
Whoa.
that's hurt. That's hurt.
Yeah, this
Oh.
good measure. Floppy were operating at a huge disadvantage from an MP9 dink.
He has to come back, though. Look at the setup of Halzak and Fang. He has to hang around. Like,
right.
He can't sell them down the river.
It could be an opportunity for more. HooXi up towards Banana, and JT looking for fights off the flash. A big conversion. It's Grim that set him up and gets away. That's the advantage Cole we're looking for. You asked for an opener. Well, how's that? A flash and a frag. HooXi gone, but
Entry flash here,
Yeah,
no.
here comes Nico. Green here. Nico catches up on the fade, and here comes Nico. Headshots galore. A double from him. Floppy, though, does find impact. An early rotation that perhaps keeps Complexity's grip on this round.
And you get the bomb, though. JKS needs to pick that up on the way in, so they need to hold them at the door for now. The rotation here, everybody else is at the site before the bomb.
After late arrival, re-smoking. Both ways, actually.
It just becomes a little bit more risky now because you have to worry about the boost.
74. Halzak's just lost a great deal of his health there as m0NESY's racked up 1. Good flash to set up Fang. Nothing to report on his first swing. m0NESY towards the new box, but safe, and it's not a fight for Fang. There's no way in. G2 set for success and set for 14, obviously on the way out. That is an opportunity for Halzak to try and do some damage, but...
It feels there's a bit of a sinking feeling going on right
Yeah.
here. Right? We spoke about their buy being flushed off, so
Gets out.
yeah, they get away. Fang trying to make sure he can too. It doesn't matter at this point what guns they take away. It's more important that he saves, but there was really no way out. JKS probably going down with the bomb here. So I think 14 to 9, the sinking feeling has been felt because that buy last round had a Famis and an MP9. And they even got the opening pick, which they said they needed. That's unable to, I thought there was going to be an entry flash for Nico here, but he just goes on the fade and hits 2 absolute bangers. I would take a timeout if I'm called just to have a conversation. Like you can buy right now. It's not going to be a good buy. It's going to be a very average buy, but at least you're playing behind the AWP. As long as Halzak doesn't spend too much here, he can have an AWP again for the final round of play. So it looks like they're going to go for a bit of a partial investment here with some deagles, a little bit of util. You can see TC, the coach behind, having the conference right there with the brain trust of JT. And then next round will be their last chance. It'll be a full gun round. They'll have everything they need and more to start the comeback. And they'll have to win 6 consecutive rounds to take it to overtime. Or we could be done.
Or it's probably more closer to that.
It is looking one way. Oh, look, at least the kill distribution over there is quite equal.
Beautiful.
11, 11, 10, 11, 10.
Something to be said about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course for G2,
29 and 9 for m0NESY.
not bad.
29 and 9.
Damn. I mean, yeah. When you've got Hunter, m0NESY, Nico, and actually, as of late, even JKS pulling out
Another open.
Oh my God, what is that now? 7, 8?
7 and 1.
7. Okay, great.
I think they've all been with the AWP as well.
Yeah, there's more to come. Okay, Grim brings the AWP into the mix. And a narrow miss, but 4-on-4 into play. Look at the
A's
speed.
open.
They want to go. Well, yeah, if he can get through long side, there's Fang and Floppy coming through. The re-clear in the brackets. Great util from HooXi. That will limit their options as they're already in. Absolutely no resistance and very suspicious.
They don't need to do this. They have 3 smokes. They didn't need to do that. They had 3 smokes and a molly just to keep all the choke points smoked off for a long time. And now I think Complexity may as well go for this.
Yeah, HooXi may have overcooked the pooch there. m0NESY gets spotted out, ready to peek, and missed shot onto that AWP on this retake. They are going to give it a look in. There is no kit in play, but JKS onto JT. I think Complexity have to cut their losses. They know a 10-second defuse is not going to be happening, especially now with the equipment they've found, an AK, an AWP, a deagle for Fang. He might stick around to try and get one more on the way out, but...
Gonna die with the bomb again.
Yeah, same fate.
He knows it. He's gonna try, but he knows it. Okay. Well, there's the 15. And there was a chance for Complexity. An attempt was made. I say same spawn again.
Does that mean he's going to take that banana fight?
He has a good spawn, so yeah, it's likely to see m0NESY look for either... Yep. Well, we're likely to see m0NESY go aggressive with the AWP again based off of that. At least he's letting the in-game leader know, like immediately before the round is called. That's great. That's the type of information you want to hear from your AWPer.
I'm watching his dot intently.
Yep. There he goes. This is their mid-row banana fight.
Yeah, well, Halzak's not going to be there this time. I have a mid-fight here. Oh, imagine. Two for two. Halzak in the back-to-back. Gets caught out by the pace. That's a very early smoke to be thrown, especially when you have an AWP mid. Actually, that's the m0NESY nade. He did the Gee.
Yeah.
He did the Gee one. Up against him.
They're coming for banana control.
Yeah, they want answers and some bloodshed as Nico ward JT off with a bit of chip damage across the board. Grim again with these catches onto Nico. Very precise with his M4. Puts us into a 4-on-4.
The absolute marauder. Hey guys, Nico's dead. I'll entry frag up banana here. I can kill everything.
31-9. Like he is looking like vintage, you know, Kenny S numbers.
He is just ragdolling him right now.
Yeah.
Halzak will get something back short. 3v4. 2-2 split of the defenses here.
Oh, this is going to hurt. That is gorgeous from JKS. A tiny millimeter gap and blows the head off of Floppy.
They can't rotate from B either because they're both back of sight.
Oh, they're very committed. So, I mean, this almost looks like it's all said and done unless Halzak has another one. He is right now 1 versus 3 on this A side of the map, and he's so intently just trying, wait for m0NESY, still ready for it as he racks up another. So the bomb to be planted and the round to take its time.
Well, lads, you have to give this one a go.
I was worried about that one. Fang just started walking towards T-Spawn, and yeah, m0NESY, give him another one. Why not? I think he plans to finish this all on his own. 33 frags, looking for 30 for m0NESY. He's definitely here in Paris. A shining performance from m0NESY to keep G2 on their winning ways, and all the best of ones locked in.
Just absolutely farming here today. And the smiles on the faces, G2 find themselves in that 2-0 column. One best of 3 away from that legend stage where they rightfully belong. They didn't even make it to the last major. The mood's looking good. Smiles on the faces. Inferno again. A couple of flubs on their CT side, but it doesn't matter. A win's a win. They'll send Complexity down to that 1-1 column.
Second major for m0NESY, and already performing like this in that Challenger stage. And yeah, challenged were Complexity. You know, a lovely finish. In fact, that first half, albeit with some boo-boos and oopsies from G2, it was impressive scoreline from Cole. Just couldn't quite get it happening. I think that second pistol going the way of G2 was kind of the beginning of the end.
It's wild how school Complexity just got on their CT side, right? The CT side against Gamer Legion was where they did all the hard work. So just absolutely blown out of the server here today. Maybe a bit of false confidence from their performance going up against a foe like G2, never going to be easy. But that right there is the opening best of 1 for round 2 on